Hello students, welcome to my channel VK Voice again. Today I am going to discuss with you about the chapter change of state. So there are three states of matter. Solid is there, liquid is there and gases is there. Now if you supply some heat, solid changes into liquid. Again you supply more heat, liquid changes into gas. Similarly, if you extract some heat from gas, it changes into liquid, and if you extract heat from liquid, again it gets solidified, that means it becomes solid. So that is the change of state. But keep it in your mind, during the change of state the temperature remains constant. So when solid changes into liquid form at constant temperature, this process is known as melting process. So that is melting. Again, if you supply heat at constant temperature and liquid changes into gas, this process is known as vaporization. Similarly, if you extract some heat from gases, then they get liquefied. This process is known as condensation. And then if you extract more heat from the liquid, then they get solidified, and this is known as freezing. So there are so many processes I have discussed with you. Melting process is there. Melting is what? Melting is change of solid state to liquid state at constant temperature. Then vaporization is there. Change of state of liquid to vapor at constant temperature. Similarly, there is condensation, where the change of state of gas to liquid takes place at constant temperature when some heat is extracted from the gas. Similarly, there is a process of freezing. When some heat is extracted from the liquid, it gets solidified. This process is known as freezing. Now the constant temperature at which the liquid changes into vapor, that is known as the boiling point, and the temperature at which the liquid melt, that is known as melting point. Similarly, there is a condensation point. Similarly, there is a freezing point. But keep it in mind that solid to liquid or liquid to solid, the constant temperature for the pure substances is always the same. For example, melting point and freezing point is 0 degree. And similarly, you are having vaporization point and you are having the condensation point. Both are 100 degree for pure water. The substance should be pure. If the substance is pure, in that case, these things will be similar. Melting point, freezing point, vaporization point and boiling point, and the condensation point, both will be the same point. Now two more processes are there. Some substances directly changes from solid to liquid, solid to gas, and this process is known as sublimation. Similarly, there are substances which directly changes from gases to solid. So that process is also there, that is known as solidification. So that process is also there. So keep it in mind, these things are there. Next thing, student, which I am going to discuss with you is change of volume during melting. Maximum substances on melting, they expand, but ice is an exceptional case. It contract on melting. So in case of other substances like lead is there, wax is there, their volume increases. But in case of ice, its volume decreases. So that is the change of volume during the melting process. Now what are the various factors which affect the melting point of a substance? So first of all, the pressure. What is the role of pressure on melting point? Now, as I have discussed with you, there are certain substances which contract, and there are certain substances whose volume increases during melting process. Now those substances whose volume decreases on melting, their melting point decreases with the pressure. More is the pressure, more decrease will be the melting point of that substance. And for the other substances whose volume increases on melting, their melting point increases on pressure when the pressure is increased. So that is there. Now the second factor is the impurity present in that substance. If you add some impurity, in that case the melting point decreases. Melting point decreases with the addition of impurity. For example, salt is added in ice to decrease its melting point from 0 degree to minus 22 degree. So this thing is used for making a cooling mixture, for a freezing mixture for the kulfis. For the kulfis, a freezing mixture is made with the help of ice and salt. Why the salt is added? To decrease the melting point of ice from 0 degree to minus 22 degree. In this way the temperature decreases, the melting point decreases, and it goes to minus 22 degree, and this process is utilized in making the kulfis. So freezing mixture is made with the help of, it can be asked, beta, what is freezing mixture? Freezing mixture is a mixture of ice and salt, and it is used for making kulfis. So that is there, student, keep it in your mind. Heating curve of water. Now heating curve is what? You just take some water and start heating it. Keep a thermometer in that beaker. Note down the reading of that temperature with the time. You will see the temperature will rise gradually, and when it reach at a temperature of 100 degree, in that case further change of temperature will not take place. You will get a line parallel to the x-axis, parallel to the time axis. That means time is increasing but the temperature remain constant. Why? Because at that temperature what is happening? The liquid is getting converted to the gas form. That means the change of state is taking place, and since the change of state is taking place, therefore temperature remain constant, and the heat curve is shown in the diagram as well. You can see, student, this is also very, very important. Now again, what are the various factors which affect the boiling point of a substance? First factor is the pressure itself. So student, you know pressure, as you increase the pressure, the boiling point also increases. So there is a direct relation between the pressure and the boiling point. More is the pressure, more is the boiling point. Less is the pressure, less is the boiling point. Due to this effect, the pressure cooker is required at the hilly station to cook your food. Why? Because you know at the height the pressure is less, and since the pressure is less, therefore the things boils at lower temperature. So lesser heat is supplied to the content which is over there. So you will be cooking, but the content is getting less heat, so cooking will not be proper. To make it proper cooking, to get a proper cooking, what is required? Higher boiling point is required. And how it is attained? With the help of higher pressure. And how higher pressure is obtained? With the help of pressure cooker. So the pressure cooker is required at a hilly station. Why? Because there is a lower pressure. Since the pressure is low, therefore boiling point is also low. Hence the things get boiled at lower temperature. They are not getting the sufficient heat and they will not be cooked properly. That is why pressure cooker is must at a hilly station. So that thing is also important, student. That can be asked in any way. The examiner can ask this thing in so many ways. So keep it in your mind and retain this thing, because it will be helpful for you in the examination as well. Now next thing is presence of impurity. Second factor is presence of impurity. If you put if some impurity is there in that case what will happen to the boiling point? Boiling point will increase. It is due to that fact, it is due to this fact that salt is added to the water when you are cooking some pulses in it. Why? Because by putting the salt in that, the boiling point will increase, and since this boiling point is more, therefore the content over there, the whatever pulses or whatever vegetable you are cooking, they will be heating, they will be getting more heat, and since they are getting more heat, they will be cooked properly. So the presence of impurity increases the boiling point. So two factor I have discussed with you. One is pressure, second is the presence of impurity. More is the pressure, more is the boiling point. Impurity, presence of impurity, more will be, it will enhance the boiling point, student, that is there. Now next thing which I am going to discuss with you is the latent heat. What is latent heat? Now in the heating curve of water, as I discussed with you, I told you that the temperature remain constant, the time is changing, you are supplying some heat. Now where that heat is going? That heat is used to change the state of liquid or change the state of matter. So the heat which is required to change the state of the substance is known as latent heat. Latent heat is the heat required to change the state of the substance. Now this change can be from the solid to the liquid or to the liquid to the gases. So some heat is always required, this heat, and when you are supplying this heat, the temperature remain constant. Why? Because whole of the heat is used to change the state of that substance only. So that heat is utilized to change the state. So you can simply say that the heat which is there to change the state of a substance, heat required to change the state of the substance, is known as the latent heat. Now the latent heat may be latent heat of fusion, latent heat of melting, later so many you can just see, as I have told you, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, and so many things are there, students. Next thing which I am going to discuss with you is in the next part is the latent specific heat. What is latent specific heat, student? You know, when the latent heat is expressed per unit mass, that means you divide the heat by mass, then it is known as latent specific heat. Latent heat expressed per unit mass is known as latent specific heat. Now what are its units? Unit is joule per kilogram. SI unit is joule per kilogram. Other unit is calorie per gram. And there is a relation between these units which I have shown on the screen. These are very, very important, student. Keep it in your mind. Next thing which I am going to discuss with you, student, is the ice has very high latent specific heat, and its value is 336 into 10 to the power 3 joule per kilogram, and it is a very, very high value, and it has a great consequences. What are the great consequences? कौन कौन से consequences हैं बेटा इस हाई वैल्यू ऑफ लेटेंट स्पेसिफिक हीट ऑफ आइस की? तो पहला जो इसका consequence है वो ये है कि माउंटेन्स के ऊपर आइस इमीडिएटली मेल्ट नहीं होती, बहुत जल्दी मेल्ट नहीं होती, इसमें टाइम लगता है, स्लोली मेल्ट होती है. वाई आइस मेल्ट स्लोली? Because of high specific latent heat of ice. It require more heat for melt down. So due to high latent specific heat, it takes more time to melt. So माउंटेन्स के ऊपर जो आइस है इमीडिएटली जो है वो मेल्ट डाउन नहीं होती, टाइम लगता है. अदरवाइज यदि ऐसा होता कि आइस की जो लेटेंट स्पेसिफिक हीट है वो कम होती तो सारी की सारी जो ग्लेशियर है वो इमीडिएटली मेल्ट डाउन हो जाते और प्लेन एरिया में फ्लड्स आ जाते. तो ये बहुत ही ग्रेट कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस है इसका, ये आपने याद रखना है. सेकेंड थिंग इज जो आपकी विंटर, जो आपकी ऐसी कंट्रीज हैं जहां बहुत सर्दी होती है, वहां पर जो पॉन्ड्स हैं या रिवर्स हैं वो इमीडिएटली फ्रीज नहीं होते. इट टेक्स टाइम, स्लोली दे गेट फ्रीज. Why? They do not freeze all immediately, very soon, quickly. because of high latent specific heat after hailstorm. You know, there is more chilling effect. Why? Because when there is a hailstorm, for the melting of these hailstorm, you know, heat is absorbed from the surrounding, and since the latent specific heat of ice is very very high, so very high heat is absorbed from the surrounding, therefore the surrounding get cooled down. So that is why there is a chilling effect after the hailstorm. So many things are there which are due to the high latent specific heat of ice. So these things are very very important things, student, that can be asked in the examination as well. एक दो और कुछ इसके जो एग्जांपल्स हो सकते हैं स्टूडेंट, इट इज देयर इन योर बुक. मेन थिंग्स आई हैव डिस्कस विद यू. आई होप ये लेक्चर आपको समझ आया होगा. और बेटा यदि आपको ये लेक्चर अच्छा लगा, समझ आया, तो आप इसको लाइक करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ भी शेयर करें ताकि सबको ही इस लॉकडाउन में फायदा हो सके. सो मेरी तरफ से बाय बाय.